Alrighty, are we here? First of all, I have a few issues. It's going to be audio only, but I can't find how to turn off the camera. It's kind of hard to hold the camera to cover the lens on the thing. I really don't want to be seen on here. Just for safety reasons. I don't want people to be able to see my face. Cause I don't want to be a famous. Well, we were buffering her. Hold on, we're gonna have to get creative for a second. I don't have tape here. That should be that paper right there. Ah, that works. Alright, that looks actually kind of what I wanted to do. I didn't think it would be like that. But like now you guys, you can see the image of a face. You can kind of see my eyes. That's about it. That's what we wanted. So, I'm Kiefer. Been on YouTube for 5-ish years. I honestly don't remember how long I've been on YouTube. Probably for a long time. I've been watching YouTube probably since I was 1 or 2. Had several other channels, some taken down because of mistakes being made, but I don't kind of want to get red flagged by anybody. So we're not. Well, my other computer, this is a desktop, my house's desktop, but my laptop, it didn't want to load YouTube for me. It would be much easier. You wouldn't have to see white at the bottom of my screen. But I'm going to be talking about a lot of things on here. A lot of things I really enjoy. Tonight is going to be a music ranking reaction to. So we're going to be reacting to videos. You're not going to be able to hear the video itself. Now, why is this? You're not going to be able to hear the video because if I did, then yeah, that would just make everything on the planet worse. I'm just kidding. I'm only 1 out of 7 billion. Okay. We have a hard time recognizing that we're 1 out of 7 billion or something. And that in and of itself is probably an approximation. So, one would ask, what YouTube channel are you reacting to today? And the answer, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is Listography. Why? Well, first of all, I bet there's a few of you that are guessing to the bottom of their souls what listography is. They rank stuff, okay? It like they work just like everyone else does in a roundabout way, but they also rank stuff, okay? We're going to be reacting to their videos for years on this channel, if I run this channel for that long. And considering we're going to go for a really long time tonight, I think we can knock out 4 or 5 mini-series on here. We're going to start with the Van Halen, because that was the first with, I think the guy's name is Jason Reese, the founder, Ryan Kramzer, although he'll later just go by Kramzer, and then Joe Steigerwald, who joined at the 3rd episode. We're going to start there. We're going to do the ranking, the top 10 songs, and the side 3, which is the bonus, and then move on to the next artist. We're going to do that for about 4 or 5 times after a quick restroom break. I'll be right back. I think we're doing all right. we're doing all right. Do it. I 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 do it. I'm back. Are we about to begin? Yeah, let's put in the headphones. I'll be doing this on one of my ancient phone. It's over 65,000 years old. It witnessed the dinosaurs. So, that's pretty cool, if you ask me. Last time I checked, it's the oldest phone in recorded history. No, I'm just kidding. This phone is from 2017. It's an iPod Touch, so it's really terrible. Yeah, I'll use the word terrible to describe iPod Touches, because that's what they are. They're terrible. I'm going to have to scroll through a big, ginormous list of videos. This is March. As I might have said earlier, Van Halen is going to be first, because that's the first one they did with Joe Steigerwalt. Once again, Jason Reese, Joe Steigerwalt, and Ryan Kramzer. Alright, so our first video, Van Halen albums ranked. Follow along if you'd like, but I'm going to be pausing it. This is a discography I know very well, so I'm going to be talking about the rankings, and if whether or not I agree with them or not. I'm not going to play it on here, because I don't want to get taken down. You're going to hear me saying that a lot tonight. I don't want to get taken down. Okay, Liberty Mutual. And there's the group of friends. They look weird. I can tell who's who, though. There's their totally awesome theme song. Dun, bum, bum. Dun, dun. Hello, Jason. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Joe. Wow, this one even showed a picture of them in the video. Alright, so right off the bat, Jason announces, is there any of us that don't have Van Halen 3 at the bottom? And everyone says no. Excuse me. It's unanimous. Van Halen 3 is the bottom. What is Van Halen 3, first of all? Van Halen 3 was an album released in 1998 by Van Halen, the band. This is with their third ever lead singer, Gary Cherone, I think is the name. He was the lead singer of Extreme. Remember, this is after Sammy Hagar either left or was kicked out. We still don't know. Van Halen was kind of an autonomous zone, and Eddie Van Halen was autonomous from it. That's how I'll describe their band's history. Eddie Van Halen is not the man that everyone says he is, okay? He kicked out people. He gave his son special perks, getting him to play bass on the road when he was 16. So, and he's not a good bass player, not a good singer, not a good musician, and he has his Classic Rewind Channel 25 show on SiriusXM. Van Halen 3. Gary Cherone singing everything. There's not a single good song on this record. This record is, from what I hear, regarded as one of the worst records ever made. And I stand by that. So, like, oh, we're still at 0 people. I'm not going to tell anyone that. I'm just going to let people discover this. And the sooner people discover this, the sooner this gets bigger. But we're going to try to go on as long as we can. If they don't discover us today, they'll discover us tomorrow. And if they don't discover us tomorrow, they'll discover us on Monday or Thursday or Friday. Hopefully by then you won't have to see this boring black and white screen. Van Halen 3, Gary is a great singer, but on this record they're trying to make him sound too much like Sammy Hagar. But Sammy Hagar is Sammy Hagar. He cannot be copied. Copying other people, never a good idea in music. And Eddie Van Halen played bass. Michael Anthony on this record, he plays bass on maybe 3 songs, or is that the 3 songs he sings backup on? At this point, he is a full-time backup singer. And like I said, it's an autonomous zone. That's the perfect description of it. Let's move on. Some of them, they're explaining. Apparently, some of the people, originally, Kramzer, because he goes by Kramzer, what he said was, it's quite possible that this is the worst record ever made. I don't know if it's that bad, but okay. Only record without Roth or Hagar. Everyone hated it. Yeah, that's a stupid line about the fat man and the ordering seconds to the pizza man just getting another slice. Like, that's just dumb. Dumb. And of course, like, yeah, this is a 40-year-old Van Halen, but still, no excuses for this being up there as one of the worst records ever recorded. No excuses. Yeah, the album art's terrible too. It's just a guy being hit with a can. And I put the Van Halen 3 on there. Font's bad, as Jason said. Jason says melodic chorus. Ryan with a number 11 is a different kind of truth. Yeah, let's put it down there. I haven't listened to it, but like you guys didn't even give Sammy any hope. That you guys just slap in David Lee Roth, who was until 2012 your all-purpose bad guy. Because apparently he wasn't good enough for your group. And you're going to hear me saying this a lot today about me criticizing groups who made stupid decisions. Sammy Hagar, a lot of people, I genuinely say a lot of people will go to me. Well, they won't go to me. But the Diamond Dave stuff, he was good. He's not better than Sammy Hagar. Sammy Hagar was not better than David Lee Roth. They both have their terrible moments. So, yeah. Yeah, Ross is apparently not doing very well on this record. They put Wolfgang on bass, Wolfgang Van Halen, Eddie's son. Joe also has a different kind of truth there. Well, then again, David Lee Roth with his voice in the 70s and then his really just like terrible voice here. Oh, so you think Sammy Hagar should be here? First of all, why is OU812 at number 11 for Jason? It's not great, okay? And I admit that. It's not that bad. So, Jason's gotta be Jason, hating on the rebellion and sticking with the status quo. Well, I agree with Jason that When It's Love is not a great song. But, like, that song after AFU, like, something about going to Texas and eating barbecue. That's 7 minutes long. No, Cabo Wabo. Yeah, I think that's what it is. That is the greatest. That's awesome. Kramzer gave Fair Warning the number 10. Apparently he thinks they're trying to change on this record. Like, Unchained automatically keeps it out of number 10. Yeah. Van Halen, the problem with their early stuff, their records are only like 30 minutes long. So they end like on the weirdest possible stuff. Like, with the exception of Van Halen 2, has any Van Halen record ended on like a great classic song? The worst example of a bad ending is Happy Trails on Diver Down. That's a bad example. I don't know. Why do people love Diver Down to death? I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. I would put Diver Down's easily their worst record from the Roth era, and I think Eddie Van Halen would agree. Couple songs you want to hear over again? Well, I'm not a Mean Streets is alright, but I think the Cult just pushed it on like iTunes and stuff, because that's the problem. The first song on the album always gets the most attention. You know why? Because when you put in that CD, like when you hear that first song, it can be the make or break point if you have absolutely zero tolerance for bad music. If you have absolutely zero tolerance for bad music while you're in your car listening to the CD, if people even do that anymore, now they just buy it on iTunes. Although I don't see a reason why you'd bust your phone over music. But like back in the CDs, like if you got so mad, sometimes people get so mad at this, they would just bust them on the road. So like that first song is always the make or break point, but like for everyone, the first song gets the most attention because it's at the top of the back of the record. That's Mean Streets to me. Balance. On second thought, number 10, maybe Balance. At this point, Balance, bad job from Sammy Hagar. And I genuinely mean that's a bad job. He just did 5150, OU812, which is okay. For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. I think we all know what that stands for. And then Balance. I have no comments on this album. Like, there's like, I can't even remember listening to a single song on this album. That's how bad it is. Oh no, Jason, what got into you about 50? You really hate Van Hagar if you ask me. Like 5150's number 10 for Jason. Why? Even the Roth loyalists must concede that this is a great album. Like, name one bad song on that side one. Like, that's a perfect side one. Although Good Enough's kinda. Is it good enough? Whatever that first song is. Although some of them are kinda like ballady and soppy. So I can understand, but no way is that blow. marginally better than OU812. Yeah, that's accurate for Jason. You only get Women and Children First at number 9 for Ryan. So Kramzer's argument with Women and Children First, and a lot of people get mad at me. Van Halen 2 is not as good as Women and Children First. It's good. The thing about Women and Children First, well, Kramzer said his thing was that you could put Van Halen 1, 2, and this Women and Children First on a playlist. You could pick one of the songs out of that playlist, swap it out for another song on an album, and it pretty much wouldn't make a difference. Yeah, it would. There's different vibes. Van Halen 1's kind of like that intro vibe. Van Halen 2's kind of, we just had a great record, so now we think we can kind of half-ass it. Women and Children First is Van Halen saying, oh, yeah, well, let's try to, get back on track. So eventually we can get to that destination that is 1984. And you'll have to go through Fair Warning, and you'll have to go through Diver Down. But at least it sets you on even the smallest of pedestals. Less showy. Like, why do you want a show-off guitarist? One of my other problems with Eddie Van Halen is that he was a show-off. I love Eruption, but it's a show-off solo. It's purely for show. Fair Warning at number 9. In all honesty, I think I would put this at number 8 and put Diver Down at 9. Diver Down's better than Balance, but not better than Fair Warning. Diver Down, virtually a covers record. Five covers, plus Intruder, plus the intro to Little Guitars. That's only 5 songs of original material. That's 5/12. Last time I checked, is less than one half. I think anyone with a basic understanding of fractions can understand that that Diver Down has a problem with it, but we'll get there here shortly. Oh. Kind of lost steam. Unchained is great, but the rest of the album's not good. I'm with you, Joe. Yeah, throwing off of Carnal Knowledge. I'm not surprised that Jason put that at number 9. Yeah, I used to think it would go here, but now on second thought, I think it's more towards number 6 or something. There are some great songs on For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. Like, it's just sometimes it's a good, successful 90s thing. Good, successful return for the old guard. Pound cake. Not all that. Hager. Yeah, Diver. I'm with you, Cramser. Diver Downs at number 8. Secrets is very good. Oh, Joe also put Diver Down at number 8. I'm with you. Yeah, there's no need for Happy Trails. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of like the last big one. Why is a different kind of truth at number 8 for you, Jason? No. Unacceptable. Like that. A different kind of truth is an 11. It's solid. Not the 8th best Van Halen record. Yeah, I kind of think that. Here's the thing. A different kind of truth is the 7th and final Van Halen record. And there was 28-year gap in between their previous record 1984 and this one. Now one would say, what, there's 4 Sammy Hagar records and the Gary Cherone record. I'm like, yeah, that's Van Hagar and Van Cherone. And some of the songs, like, yeah, I fully think that these are worthy of the 7th album distinction. But the other, nah. Yeah, it's backloaded. The last record is always backloaded. Like every time someone puts out what they think is going to be their last album, their first side's going to be kind of the happy, joyful, but it's not going to be positive. Like it's going to be very negative. It's going to be not as good as the side two, which is going to be more introspective. It's going to be a retrospective. That's two spectives. But every time you have like that kind of ending or something, you always get that. It's inevitable. That side two, it's it it is the side two. It's the final side. It's the side that people go to and say, "This is the last side that you recorded. If this band recorded." Well, yeah, they are some throwaways from the earlier albums. 5150 at only number 7. Ending's good. There is a couple bits of filler. There's some filler, but it's not all killer, no filler. But it's not all filler, no killer. Women and Children first at number 7. I'd put it closer to like top 3. That's a good record. Maybe 4. Diver Down at number 7. I would put it at number 8 because of the covers and because of Happy Trails, This Sucks. Because it's a Roy Rogers cover. Jason likes Happy Trails, but he's a nut. Yeah, I'm with you on For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge at 6. Right. This is about the moment where Jason says he hates Right Now, but I don't know why. Top of the World's awesome. It's better than anything on there. Well, their album openers aren't always the big thing for me. They are the make or break points sometimes, but there is a hefty amount of filler. Oh, Jason, you hate right now? Big Bad Bill, yes. Right now, no. That's funny. Call the spank line. There's a thing about Michael Anthony that I'm not a big fan of either. Yeah, as Kramer said, half his solo is Michael Anthony pouring Jack Daniels on his guitar and for his 10-minute solo. Guess who also put four unlawful carnal knowledge at number 6? Joe. I'm with you, buddy. Windshore first at number 6. I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna come out and say my 5 is Van Halen 2. I think it's incredibly overrated. Yeah, David Lee Roth and his problem with a different kind of truth. You can't be 1978 David Lee Roth anymore. David Lee Roth. I'm with you. I'm with Ryan on Van Halen 2 at 5. Oh, you 812 at 5. Yeah, that's gonna be a solid 4. I don't know where I'd put this. I just know that 5 is a solid place for RU 812 if you're asking me. We've been going on for about 50 minutes. No time for stopping now. We'll be going for a little longer. Yeah, some of that production on OU812 makes it. Sometimes I feel like OU812 is trying to be a Sammy Hagar solo album, like Balance would be in a little less than a decade later. Balance from Jason at 5. Amazing. Amazing. That is what Jason said. Jason said that Balance was amazing. Amazing. Well, let's see what it looks like if I remove some papers. It suddenly gets lighter. I realized I didn't have a big hunk of papers on this. And that's fine. Oh, yeah. Mm. Are you just reading the track list, Cramser? I just got Gmail, apparently. Joe 4 for Van Halen 2. Yeah, Van Halen 2 is definitely overrated because some of the songs on it are just trying too much to be Van Halen 1. Yeah, Spanish Fly is pretty good. Fair Warning at number 3. Whoa, I just missed something, but Van Halen won at number 3. I have a hard time doing that. Alright, it's the 56-minute mark. 8 times 7. How much of a delay do we have? This sounds creepy. Creepy. Oh wow, that one was tough. Alright, I'm gonna go on some old accounts. Lyman Flock account. You okay? It doesn't sound like so weird. Now that I'm on a different account. Now it says people 1. That's from the different account, I presume. I just like, we're gonna call it right now. Although I may be back later tonight. Thanks for coming. If anyone is spying, such as CIA, FBI, thank you for watching. You're not really going to be able to see my face. Although you probably are smarter than I am because of how wonderful you think you are and how much rights and privileges you have above all of us. So thank you FBI and CIA for spying on this video. Goodbye.